pandemic getaway.
The private island didn't need a mask. Ship you didn't need a mask.
I caught up with Frank and Susan Hughes after they got back from a cruise to the Caribbean.
It's wonderful. We missed it. We cruised quite a bit, and to not do it has just been killing us.
But these experienced Vandalia travelers had to pay a bit extra for this voyage.
Cruise ships are a little higher than they used to be, but not outrageous.
That's at least their view. Travel advisor and former WHIO reporter Lauren Kroger says that's not the case for airfare.
Airfare prices are through the roof, and they will probably continue to be that way for a year or more.
Kroger works for Huffman Travel in Oakwood.
So all of a sudden, I think, now that a lot of the population is vaccinated and restrictions are lifting, particularly here in the U.S., we're seeing an enormous amount of pent-up demand for travels. So we saw him reunite with his pride.
In the past few months, she's been able to explore new places for work.
I also did Mexico shortly before that.
But most of the business travelers have not come back.
But there's a problem. These are all basically leisure travelers.
Aviation analyst Jay Ratliff explained the men and women who flew for business pre-pandemic made up 70% of the airline's revenue.
So if they're not showing up, then the money that they were counting on is going to translate into higher domestic fares for us on the leisure side, and that's what we've been seeing through the summer.
And Ratliff expects this to continue after he said the world's airline industry lost about $128 billion in 2020, and he expects it to lose about $48 billion this year.
The high prices are going to stick around as long as the demand for travel continues to increase.
Once you land, Kroger said, don't expect steep discounts at your destination.
The demand is unprecedented. We have hoteliers who don't necessarily need to do those markdowns and things, and they're suffering.
She explained throughout the pandemic, hotels had to lay off staff or limit resources.
So they're still trying to build themselves back up.
And COVID cuts are not only impacting the hotel industry.
Rental cars are terrible. We go and we'll do like one cruise and then go to another, and so we need a car to go from one area to the other, and it's the cars are really what's killing us.
Kroger said rental car companies had to sell cars during the pandemic to make up for losses, and now they're not prepared for the increased demand.
So there's a massive rental car shortage across the U.S.,
forcing people to pay 2 to 3 times what they would normally, and then they're still running into problems.
And then show up to start their vacation and find out that there's actually nothing available.
Attention passengers.
And Kroger expects high travel prices to continue for the next year to year and a half. But both she and Ratliff agree there is one thing you can do to see the sights and save.
To plan as far in advance as they can.
Sometimes 8, 9, 10 months. Find the cheaper fares, lock them in, grab the trip cancellation insurance for a couple of dollars, and then you're set. If the airline industry raises the fares 3 times, you're covered. You don't have to worry about it.
Worries the Hughes.
We've got some other cruises planned, hopefully.
Feel they get to leave on shore. Molly Kowick, News Center 7.